Hello, everyone. It is James the Squirrel here, and I'm here once again with Nicky, and hopefully this time this will get edited and uploaded.
That would be the good thing.
Yes, we are very sorry. This should be weekly from now on, hopefully, and providing we're not sick.
Right.
Yeah,
Are you sick?
no, I'm saying provided one of us is not sick and we can't do
Oh,
it
okay.
that week.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
And of
that should be.
course, if we decide, hey, this is going to be one of those weeks where it's nothing but recaps, so we're probably just going to skip it.
Yeah,
Mm.
but we're gonna try and limit that. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about NXT this week and solid show. Had a
No,
lot of
no,
big
it
stuff happening.
wasn't. It really wasn't.
What?
Okay.
I thought
Uh,
I
uh,
thought it was pretty good.
okay. So the first guy, the guy who won, guy who looks like Prince, as I will call him. Um.
Patrick Clark,
Yes, him.
the AKA the one guy from Tough Enough worth a shit.
Yes, but there's a problem with that. He got zero crowd
Yes.
reaction.
Well, this is his first time getting a win at anything in NXT, so you gotta give him a little bit of time. But the one thing I will say about this match, he was facing Sean Maluda, aka the third Uso,
Yes.
and goddamn, this match was stiff. Like these two were laying into one another.
Yeah, it was really stiff. The funny thing, the thing I find funny is we may be getting um another one of The Rock's cousins or Roman Reigns' cousins at some
Yeah,
point.
I believe they said that Maluda was the nephew of Afa of the Wild Samoans.
Yes, meaning he's a cousin of the Usos,
I
I
have
believe.
I have no idea. I feel like if he was close enough cousin, they would have just said he was the Usos' cousin. But
That's
like I feel like Offa's the closest blood relative he has to the yeah.
yeah,
But by the way, did you notice at the beginning of this match, Maluda did a Snuka tribute?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he like patted the mat and threw up the uh Hawaii like aloha thing.
Yeah, the hang loose.
Hang loose, yeah.
Okay,
That
so soon we're gonna have Lance Anoa'i, which is the let's see, the son of Samu.
was
Um,
he the other Wild Samoan?
I think so. He's a distant cousin of Roman Reigns.
Okay.
He's roughly the same age as Sean Maluda.
hmm
Um, let's see.
Oh,
Let's
one kind of cool thing about this match was Maluda tried to do the handshake at the start of the match, like how they did in the CWC, and Patrick Clark was all like, "Nope,
Yep,
like that."
yeah. I'm not seeing him unless they just haven't updated the family tree with his wrestling name, which is a possibility.
Yeah, I would imagine Lance NOIE is definitely in there somewhere, but yeah. But so Clark ended up
Um,
beating Maluda. He hit him with a famouser. I think that's a good move for him. And like I like Patrick Clark. Like he's one of those guys who has a
he
lot of
has
versatility.
potential.
And on top of that, dude's only 21.
Hmm. Who was
Like that makes him like one of the youngest male competitors in the entire like in anything.
who was he the cousin of?
Uh,
Alpha.
Afa, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that means he'd be. Wow, they're really stretching for the connections now.
Is it like not even close?
He's not even because he's not a brother, because he's not a nephew. He's not directly related to them.
I figured as much.
So meaning he's
Like
most
especially because
likely. He's
Hmm.
most likely Arthur's cousin on his on his mother's side.
Yeah, like when
No,
they said
on
he
Arthur's
his
wife's side. I mean,
okay, so it's like a marriage thing.
yes, maybe, unless he's part of the
That like
like, that's the
mhm,
thing. He's not part of the whole blood brother thing because then they would have just said, "Oh, he's a cousin of the Rock."
right, right. Like what also kind of like tipped me off to that was that like where they hailed him from. Like he wasn't from anywhere near the Pacific. They hailed like I think he was built from Shaolin, New York.
Yeah,
Like
he,
that is not
someplace
near
in New
Samoa.
York. Mm.
Like at least the Usos are built from freaking San Fran and
Yeah, they're built from San Fran. You you can there's Tama Tonga who is a cousin,
Tonga.
isn't yeah, uh, Tama Tonga, part of the Gorillas of Destiny, is a cousin of
Are those the
Roman
guys who
Reigns.
say "fuck you" in the ring all the time?
Yes, those are the guys who say "fuck you" and swear a lot in the ring, and they're part of the Bullet Club. So
I love those guys. They're awesome.
yes, they are. It's like, okay, there's those guys, and then there's their direct cousin, The Rock, and Rosie,
Okay.
and Yokozuna. It's like all the family talent did not go into Rosie and Roman. I'm sorry, but that's the case. When you when you
Ouch.
when you have your cousin being Yokozuna, um, and another one of your cousins being Rikishi and Umaga, kinda.
There's a drop off from Rikishi and Umaga to Yoko, who admittedly had a good amount of success, but like I think he was made entirely out of asses,
Yes,
even more so than Rikishi.
and Rikishi's finisher was his ass.
So was Yokozuna's. He had the bonsai drop.
That's very true. Um, though both of the
So
guys
anyway,
in that match have massive potential if they're put right.
I'm honestly really high on Clark. Like I feel like you give this guy 5 years, he's gonna be Intercontinental Champion.
Oh yeah, I give
Like
him two, maybe three, like 2.5, 3 years. That's when he'll get put up from
yeah, and
NXT. So enjoy seeing
yeah,
him around. I'm not a fan of his gimmick.
I like the gimmick. Like there's always room for a flashy like
Yeah, but it's a pretty much a direct ripoff of Prince.
yeah,
Even his Tron writing is Prince esque.
that's fine. Like you gotta like no gimmick is original these days. Like
Mm,
Dean Ambrose's gimmick is the lunatic fringes. Like that's basically Brian Pillman's gimmick.
mm.
Like there's no original gimmicks anymore. Everybody's got to take inspiration from something. And to be honest, would you rather him be his other gimmick that he was while he was on the
I
what's it
didn't
called, the
see it.
well, his other one while he was still doing the NXT house show stuff was he was a Trump supporter.
Oh,
That's why I say the man's versatile because he can go from Trump supporter to Prince. Like that's versatile. Like get you someone who could be both. Anyway,
next was a surprisingly good women's match.
well, hang on. There was also a Sanity promo.
Oh yeah, that Sanity promo that was oddly enough
In fr-
filmed at the same location as the Wyatt compound.
yeah, like I was really half expecting. Well, personally, I was half expecting a freaking Drifter guy to come by and be like, "Hey, I need that garbage can. This ramen ain't gonna cook itself."
No, what I would have found funny is if just like out of the corner you just see Randy just walking by Just
The
like
freaking like the freaking Bigfoot shots. It's just like him lurking in the background.
just random shot of Randy there because it looks exactly the same as the Wyatt compound. It
It
really
does.
does.
Have you seen the stuff that pop? Like I know this isn't talking about NXT, but did you see the stuff that's popped up about Eric Rowan about how like maybe he like when he comes back he's gonna have a really big role in this because he may have possibly moved Abigail before Randy burned the place down.
Oh, see,
This is why you gotta follow Twitter pages because like there's some crazy shit on there.
yeah, Twitter is where I go for my crackpot theories. I like the crackpot theories, but
Hey,
mm,
I got a crackpot theory for you. So, are you familiar with the principle of Occam's razor?
yeah, the simplest answer is normally the correct one.
Occam's razor, Acum razor.
Oh, I wanna punch someone.
The person you're gonna want to punch is Reddit user Little Tiny Fish 13. I I wish I could say I was smart enough to come up with that on my own, but I found that on Reddit and I was just like, my God, that's brilliant. So anyway, Sanity was in front of a garbage fire, and Eric Young was questioning why Ty Dillinger would want to get Roderick Strong and Noe Jose involved in their in basically Ty's destruction. Also, quick
Hmm.
question: where the fuck was Ty Dillinger when Noe Jose was getting bodied by Bobby Roode?
Um.
Fantastic question for another time. So you
Yes.
said that it's the classic Roman Reigns argument. Where the fuck were you when Dean Ambrose was getting the shit pushed in? So
Oh.
Sanity seems like they don't want to recruit Dillinger anymore. They want to destroy him and
Yeah.
basically destroy everything else while they're doing it. Like they want to burn everything, but they also want to burn Dillinger and then burn him again. They got issues.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Like they seem not normal.
Oh.
So
Okay. So just jumping back on that whole Gorillas of Destiny thing.
yeah.
Um. Not Which one is it? Tongaroa. He is the cousin of the Rock and the Usos and Roman Reigns.
Wow.
And let's see.
How's he not in WWE already? Like Nia Jax was way less related to them than that, and she got fucking pushed to the fucking stratosphere.
And he is the like basically both of the Gorillas of Destiny in some way are related to each other. He's the
Hmm.
like they're both roughly related to each other. Who is he the brother of? Oh, they are actually brothers.
Huh. Cool.
So, so literally, the Gorillas of Destiny are the Usos, but better.
The Usos, but more like not PG.
Yes, especially with the
Even less PG than the
Oh,
Usos' current form.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The Usos' new gimmick just got ruined for me. I realized what happened. They're
What?
copying their cousin's gimmick.
To be fair, they're copying good shit. It's the same thing with the Prince argument or the
Yeah,
Patrick Clark and Prince argument.
I
You
will
got to
give
get
you
it from
that.
somewhere.
I will give them if they're gonna rip something off. Do like
Rip off the Gorillas of Destiny, being like, "Fuck you, you shit, no fuck."
I wouldn't be surprised if they start throwing those in every now and then because, well, we all know what Nicky said recently. Was it Nicky or Brie? No, Brie. Those two I get
I'm a
mixed up.
breaker, bitch.
Yes, that made me laugh.
That was
Um,
hilarious. Just in how like
She
ridiculously she
delivered
said
it.
it. It's like, I'm gonna break you, bitch.
It's like no one
She
saw
gave
that
that.
coming.
She said that with. She said that with more like emotion than I have ever seen from Nikki Bella. That was great.
Yeah.
That turned an A promo into an A plus promo.
So that
Next match.
that women's match was decent. But by the looks of it, we're
There's
getting
decent.
that goddamn fatal four way we were talking about.
Boy.
The two Aussies, and Ember Moon and
Yeah.
Asuka. It's gonna be a fatal four way. You know it.
No, no, I don't. No, I don't know it. The Aussies have been killed. Like they are out. They are out of the title picture. I think that more like 90% we're getting Asuka versus Ember Moon at Takeover. 10% it's Asuka, Ember Moon, and they slip Nikki Cross in.
Mm.
Like there is zero chance that the Aussies get in. They have been killed. Like, did you see what happened after the match? Like fucking Ember Moon knocked out Billy Kay with one punch. Where were
Yeah,
you
I
when
I
Billy Kay
know.
was kill? So
Um,
anyway,
so here is a question. After that match,
hmm
we know where it's going, roughly. My
right.
question is, what the hell has Nikki Cross been doing other than sitting in the compound, the Wyatt compound?
I think she wants to fight Ty Dillinger.
I think so too. I'd be
But yeah,
okay
she
with
does need
this.
to. We'll see how. Well, they don't have to answer to USA, so they might be able to pull that off. I don't know. Hmm. I would be interested in that. But like, yeah, they need to give Nikki Cross like they need to give Sanity more matches just in general.
Mm.
Because
Like
like,
they don't
yeah,
need to like even if they have like a match with random person number two, they start beating him down and they quote unquote injure him,
mhm.
and as that's happening, like tie in the gang, come down and run him off.
Right, right, right.
It just gives both the Ty Dillinger program something to do, and it gives Sanity something to do between now and the Mania takeover, because that's where we are all headed. We know this.
Oh, by the way, they implied that Dillinger versus Eric Young is going to happen again at some point, but Sanity won't be at ringside, which somehow I doubt.
New member is one way they could get around that.
Mm, a fifth member of Sanity? Like, that'd be a little much.
I know,
Like,
but that would be a way to get around it because they're technically not part of Sanity at the time, and then they join.
or Eric Young could just lie. He could just be a big stinking liar.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like the guy to lie from what we've seen.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm sure they'll figure some way around it. One thing that you can definitely say, this crowd was kind of out of it, but I
Well,
can't really blame
yeah, it's
I can't really
like,
blame him for that because apparently this was the fifth episode of tapings in one group.
oh,
So they were probably dead.
yeah, like
Thankfully, oh,
some
go ahead.
people can do that many tapings in a row, and those are the
Yeah.
like massive hardcore wrestling fans. Like I could probably do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the other haymakers could do that. I'm pretty
I could do
sure.
that.
Yeah, like me, you, maybe Calcos. I don't think Toon could do it. Like he'd probably be burnt out at that point.
Ooh,
Um,
Toon just got called out. Ooh.
AJ definitely couldn't.
Mm.
God, I
But
love.
yeah.
Speaking of
Mm.
long wrestlings, on a Rising happened. Oh, God.
Oh yeah. I need to watch that.
It
But
was so
yeah,
good.
thankfully, the next episode is going to start a new round of tapings,
Yeah.
so they'll be a little bit more into it. And I think they're only doing 3 episodes.
Yay.
So
Um.
thankfully, the next few episodes will be a little better, and there'll be way less burnout.
So next match. Next match is the tag team match. Revival, not the revival. We'll get to them.
There was a couple of things first. They recapped Cassius Ono and his whole like debut. It took
Yeah.
like they literally just showed last episode like 3 minutes of it. It was just unnecessary.
I skipped that
Pat
because I was like, oh yeah, I know that. Um.
padding. William Regal announces in 2 weeks Bobby Roode versus Cassius Ono for the title.
So he's not gonna win that because takeover.
It, is there any chance that we're leading to another triple threat at Takeover?
I wouldn't put it past them.
Bobby Roode, Nakamura, Cassius Ono.
So here's
Mm.
the question: how long do you think
It,
Cassius Ono stays in NXT for?
I think I think he stays for a good while and anchors the show as their champion. So I think he'll get called up after WrestleMania 34.
I could see him coming at I could see him coming in at next year's Rumble.
That could also happen. Also, we're getting.
Maybe
I
pull a
find it a
Ty
little
Dill.
ironic. Mhm.
Maybe have him pull a Ty Dillinger where he shows up and competes in the Rumble but doesn't
Oh yeah,
stay on main roster, and then after WrestleMania stays on main roster.
yeah, that'd be cool. Also, kind of ironic that we might be getting all these triple threat matches at WrestleMania 33's Takeover.
Mm.
3
Three,
3.
three,
It's a,
three,
it's a conspiracy,
three,
man.
three. Doesn't have the same ring as 10.
Yeah, I was about to say,
10.
not quite as catchy as 10. We also got a Wolfgang promo. I like the look of this Wolfgang guy.
Oh yeah, he is a big British lad.
Yeah, 255 and pulls out fucking swanton bombs. I love it.
Yep. Uh,
And he's also got the brass knucks with him. I like it. And
yes,
also,
he's
one
kind
last
of
thing before.
he's Wolfgang. I feel is taking the kind of he's going to be the William Regal of NXT for a while, where he's the somewhat older wrestler who, on an occasion, will use brass knuckles and such. Blah 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 blah. Really good at wrestling.
Hmm.
He
Makes
may
sense.
also be an anchor of NXT for a while.
I would be fine with that. And one last thing before the tag title match is Shinsuke's coming back next week.
Yay! His knee
Yay!
injury is healed. His knee injury.
Yeah, wrestling is fun. So
Yep.
now we got to. Now we are at the tag title match DIY versus the authors.
Uh,
Okay, there's something I really need to mention. Very early in this match, Nigel McGuinness said that Tommaso Ciampa was 4 inches shorter and 40 pounds lighter than Razor. Now, Ciampa was in the Cruiserweight Classic, so let's just say that he's 205. I think he's built at 200. Let's say 205. Razor is not 245 pounds, especially considering that the authors are billed at 615. That would mean that Akam is 370 pounds. He's a
nope.
big lad. He's not 370.
320? Maybe.
Yeah, like I'm thinking both guys are hovering 300. Like I could imagine
I could see them
like
fudging a couple of
Razor looks a
pounds.
little Razor looks a little lighter than Akam. So I would say Razor might be like 290 while Razor is 325.
Yeah.
So either way, Nigel fucked up hard, and I don't know why I was so fixated on that, but I literally scrolled back in the video and be like,
You had to do the
"What?"
math. You
I did the Steiner math. I did it. I made sure
so
something was up with the fat asses.
so speaking
Sorry.
of the fat asses,
Fatty.
did was it just me or did the crowd just not give a shit about them?
Like I said, fifth episode in the
Yeah,
taping,
but see, this is
and
where
the final match of that too. So it's like
yeah, but they were
dead.
fine when whenever DIY was doing something fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, that's a natural. Like if you like if DIY does something fun, the crowd's gonna be like, "Woo, fun!"
Yeah,
And DIY did a lot of fun stuff
yes
in
they
this
did.
match. Like there was one time like Ciampa was going for a like seated like dive at Razor, I want to say, and he nearly went into the fucking crowd.
Whee!
Like and he ended up getting bonked into the pole, and I think Razor might have said "fuck you."
I
It might
have.
have been Armenian. I'm
It
not
was
sure,
Armenian, and it sounds like khaki. I
but it
don't
sounded a lot like he said "fuck you."
see. See, this is the one
Now
thing
who's
I.
ripping off the freaking gorillas?
Now, here's the one thing I'm worried about with Razor and Ankum. If they
Hmm.
start doing that on main roster and no one
They're gonna
understands
injure people
them,
who matter.
they could either one injure people who matter, and two, the crowd is going to rip them into pieces. The
Yeah,
crowd is literally going to go whenever they say a damn thing. What? Especially if they're in
yeah.
Chicago or Philadelphia or anywhere where the
Mm,
WW where wrestling is big.
yeah.
You know what? Just put them on
Uh,
when just put them on whenever we're in Corpus Christi. Everything will be fine.
yeah. That in Green Bay. Christ,
Mm,
that Green Bay crowd's like I know I'm a Bears fan and I'm obligated to hate Green Bay, but fuck Green Bay.
Dart Bears.
Da Bears. You can always count on me to slip in some dumb football shit.
Yes, yes we can.
So,
Um,
the end of this match, the authors are going for the Super Collider. DIY reverse it and lock on a Gargano escape and a crossface on the authors. And it looks like they're about to get the win when the revival comes in and beats up DIY for the DQ. Shatter Machine to Champa. The authors try to hit the last chapter on Scott Dawson. Wilder flips him over the ropes. And the revival hit a goddamn Shatter Machine on Acom.
and that made the crowd pop.
Oh my, like that's the closest thing we're ever gonna get to a revival face turn because that was fucking sweet. If that's how they sent the crowd home, that's a good way to do
Yep.
it.
Now here's a
Wow.
question. Do you
Mm-hmm.
believe we're getting a triple threat match again?
Yes, yes, yes. Revival, DIY, authors sounds great to me.
And
And
I honestly think that the
mhm,
I hate to say this, but the authors are going to walk away with the titles because both of them are heading up to the main roster.
I wouldn't be so sure of that. What if, what if DIY win and the revival go up to main, or the revival go up to main, and the authors go up to main because you know Vince has
Because
already seen those guys, and
because
it's
the authors are
just
too fucking green, and if they go up, they're going to hurt
when has
someone.
that ever stopped Vince McMahon from calling someone up?
I don't want them to hurt someone.
True, but like you know Vince is seeing them and just jacking it to them.
Vince
Was that too
McMahon
much?
likes big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men.
Good. Let's see that that was not too much, in fact. But yeah, like so, and on top of that,
Oh
we gotta
god, I
find
just
a
realized what.
fate.
Oh no, 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 no. If they go up to
And on
Maine,
top,
Vince is gonna put a
hmm
title on them instantly.
oh, for fucking sure. But
I don't.
they've
I
got
don't
Paul Weller
wish.
winning.
I do not wish for Vince McMahon's death, but I wish he would fucking retire.
Never gonna happen. And he's never gonna die either. He's gonna live to be 140 just to spite us.
No, no. What he's going to do is he's going to upload his consciousness to a computer,
He's gonna outlive all of us.
just to
He's like Magic
spite.
Johnson. The man can't die.
He's going to outlive all of us, just to spite every wrestling fan in existence.
Yeah. So anyway, and the other thing I was thinking, they got to find a face team to put the titles on Sanity at some point, right?
There is one.
The heavy machinery guys are not winning it.
They're technically
Oh, you're not thinking them.
no, but I could see it happening. I could see them
No,
having it, not right now, but
are, are you thinking of the Mustache Mountain guys?
I'd like it. It'd be a
That
good
would
thing.
I could get down. I could be down to clown for that.
So here's the
Like
thing.
put the title on Pete. Put the UK title
Yeah,
on Pete Dunne and let them go for it in the UK, or the UK guys go for the tag titles.
and have them beat like have them hold the belts for a while, then bring them up to Maine when I don't know, someone retire like eventually they've got to, and I hate to say this, eventually R-Truth and Goldust have to fucking retire or break up their tag team at some point.
I have expect like because we haven't seen Golden Truth on TV in a while. I don't think. Like I wouldn't be surprised if our Truth just showed up one week and forgot he was in a tag team.
I wouldn't give a shit. Like whenever they come onto my screen, I audibly groan and see what else is on.
Hmm. I I fast forward through a lot of Raw, so I don't. Really... By the way, how's that Raw thing working out for you?
Why do you think I'm
We've
doing
got
this series?
we've got arson and like fucking like satanic shit on our show.
We
You've
we've
got
we
you've
hey
got Roman Reigns.
we've got Roman
You've got
Reigns and Braun Strowman, and we've got Samoa Joe versus
Yeah, you
what's
got
he?
that going.
We got Samoa Joe
Sami Zayn.
versus not
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn versus Cesaro.
Cesaro.
Which fuck you,
That
that
was
was a
that
great match.
that was fucking great.
I
I would
I
expect
could
nothing
have
less. Like it's fucking Samoa Joe and Cesaro.
when
Like I
I
think they're
heard
physically incapable of putting on anything less than a 4-star match.
when I heard that was a thing they were doing. I mean, like I'm watching Raw and I go, oh my god, they're doing. This little part of me
Shit's
went.
lit, fam.
So you know what? I've realized something.
Hmm.
Raw has turned into goddamn Ring of Honor. All we have to do now is fix Daniel Bryan's neck and bring CM Punk on, and maybe add Colt Cabana and
Adam Cole, baby.
no, it's Adam Cole, baby.
Baby.
That or bring in.
I feel like I keep doing it. I
Cassius
feel like I
Ohno.
keep doing Bebe like Heath Slater.
Yes, you are. Adam Cole, baby.
Bebe.
Also, you should all go watch The Elite. The Elite. The Elite. The Elite. Because their YouTube channel's really good, and they did a little interview with Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Adam Cole, and Kenny Omega, and it was really fucking good. Yes. That is not only to you, Nicky, but also to everyone out there in the
I
interwebs.
will.
Because
I will give it a look.
also, being the Elite is also good because they're funny as hell. Because it's the
Oh, of
Young
course.
Bucks and Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. No, normally
Right.
it's just the young. Normally it's the Young Bucks. Occasionally Adam Cole and Omega show up. It depends on who they're touring with. basically.
Quick question about the Young Bucks. Like I'm still
Yes.
learning a little bit about or not the Young Bucks, but the Elite. Um, do you think that Cody Rhodes was brought into the Bullet Club and the Elite, I guess,
Mm.
to become their possible new leader if Omega had left?
No, that would have been Adam Cole.
Baby?
Adam Cole would have taken over, and and Cody would have been that second in charge kind of thing to basically fill Adam Cole's spot.
Uh,
Um, at the moment, and this is something that I find interesting, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega's contracts next year end at the same time.
oh, dip.
So, this
And I
is
highly
me
doubt either
just.
of them are going to NXT.
This is just me thinking aloud here. We could get the club versus the elite. The elite. The elite. The elite. And by the club,
Who does Vince bury in that match?
he can't bury any of them because it's basically it is Gallows and Anderson and AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. They're going to give you a 5-star fucking match.
You know who wins that match?
We do.
Roman Reigns.
I hate you so very much.
Welcome to Vince's world. All right,
And
so we've basically covered everything from this week's episode of NXT.
a few
I
other
have
things.
one and a few other things. I have one final question for you before we wrap up.
Go
Who
on.
do you think is going to be the next big indie signing to NXT?
So, I've been thinking about this a lot, actually.
Oh, how fortuitous.
Yes, it's going to be one of. I believe it's going to be one of two people at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I've narrowed it down to a few people. Now, they might go straight to the main roster, but more than likely they will go to NXT. One
Mm-hmm.
of them is Joe Hendry.
Hmm.
Joe Hendry has already been on WWE TV, and I mean Raw. And
When?
Joe Hendry was one of the guys who presented Rusev his medal from Vladimir Putin.
Oh.
So he
Yeah,
already and he has already had a tryout with WWE.
I could see him coming to NXT.
Yes, so could I. And he's a good person to maybe eventually win that UK title off Pete Dunne.
That could also work. Who's your other guy?
Now, this one is a bit out there because it's more of a it depends on contracts because I don't know
Mm-hmm.
when contracts expire and such. Now, it
Mm-hmm.
also depends on if WWE signs anyone. And, but the next big one could be someone we recently talked about,
Yes.
Adam Cole.
No fucking chance.
Why not?
He's going straight to main.
I could see him going to NXT for a short period to literally show up, win title, and then go to main and say, I'm the best in the world. I have this title. Now I'm going to take that title, that title, that title, ooh, that title. Hey, AJ, come
Hmm.
over here for a second. Take the tag belts.
Like I think I've seen interviews where Adam Cole has said it may have been Adam Cole, may have been Omega, but like basically they're not going to NXT. If they get signed by WWE, they want to go straight to main.
Hmm. A lot of the
And
Ring of
and I
Honor
feel like they
guys want to go straight to main. If If I had unlimited money and the ability to sign any person in the world to WWE right now, I would
Hmm.
sign Okada.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, the four
Okada
and a half
versus
star
Cena.
magnet.
Okada
Can't go
versus
wrong.
Cena. Who do you put over in that match? Because like, Okada hits the Rainmaker.
Make sure the match is at SummerSlam and have Okada win. Because Cena is
You
physically incapable of beating indie guys
at
at SummerSlam.
No, it's odd.
It's his fucking kryptonite.
If it's an indie darling and it's at SummerSlam, Cena loses. If it's at WrestleMania,
Lol.
Cena wins. Lol.
Also lol. Well, that's
Um,
the thing though. He doesn't usually fight indie guys at WrestleMania. He fights Bray Wyatt,
and The
Rusev,
Miz.
probably probably the Miz.
Want to know
So,
something?
hmm.
Oh god, this is a terrible fact that I've just realized is a thing. John Cena has faced The Miz at WrestleMania more times than he has Shawn Michaels. And the same amount as Triple H.
Yeah, he's fought Triple H twice.
And this will be the second time against The Miz.
Yeah. Well, it's 6 years later. It's vastly different circumstances.
Yeah, it's actually worse.
Yeah, it's not for the world title. I'll give you that. But like
It's not
both
for the
both
world
men are.
title, it's an intergender match. The two women in the match I do not give a shit about.
That's true. But both guys are way better than they were 6 years ago. So
Yeah, I'll give you
I don't
that.
know. I think it'll
Anyway,
be.
we
I
should
think it'll be
wrap
a
this up.
fun dumb match. I think it'll be a fun dumb match that'll have a really corny ending.
Lol, Cena wins.
Cena wins and then proposes. Ah.
Oh
Do you
well,
feel the butterflies yet?
at least that's on SmackDown. Anyway, we should wrap this up with that sick burn on SmackDown.
You can sick burn us all you want. Randy Orton will sick burn you harder.
We have Kane.
We have Kane.
I thought Kane was on Raw.
No, he's on our show.
Sees how
We've
much.
got all the fire guys.
Wow, you really do. You have Becky Lynch, you have Randy Orton, you have Kane.
You have zero fire, which is ironic seeing as how you guys are the Red Show. Is that weird or what?
I know. Anyway, we're going to end this now and go away. We will see you next week.
Bye.
By then, you'll have seen the review of, not the review, the predictions for Fastlane, and you will know how terrible it was, and you will suffer.
Spoilers. You're not going to be great.